What it do, gang? It's your little homie, Warren G Body, and I'm still up in the rock shop. Welcome back, gang, to the Rock Shop Garage, the messy Rock Shop Garage, for another edition of Rock Shop Chronicles, gang. As we push forward to getting another one, getting one of these beautiful G bodies back in traffic, gang. And we're kind of phasing the Malibu out right now. I need one more part before I can fire it, and I'm just not ready to spend the money on it right now. Just to get you guys up to speed, this is a 78 Malibu I call the Detox Boo. It's got a seasoned LQ4 6.0. I forgot what truck it came out of. We've done some work to it. It's actually, the whole bottom end is done all the way up to the heads. So I bought a Terminator X Max and 80-pound injectors, the whole nine for that. And I ended up passing the injectors and the Terminator X Max over to my man, Young Donald over there at Just Up Looking Ugly. He's got a 81 Malibu that he's working on. Badass setup. Head on over there and check him out, man. That young brother is doing some things. You feel me? Doing a whole lot of things. And so, because this one wasn't supposed to be fired up for a while, so fast forward a little bit. That was a few months ago when I sent him all that stuff. And now he's got his fired up and doing big things with his Malibu. So now, we're kind of bouncing back and forth. We got the Ron Francis wiring harness put in this one. That's about 95% done. It's done enough to where I can turn the key. The flex plate or flywheel flex plate, it spins up the whole nine. So we're good there. I went ahead and purchased another Terminator X Max, but I don't have the injectors yet. So I gotta buy another set of 80-pound injectors. All this right now, gang, is just to fire it up. We got a lot of work that still needs to be done. I gotta do a frame off, undercarriage, clean up the whole nine, lots of stuff. So I don't want to put too much pretty into it, because it's all got to get torn apart. I just want to hear the motor fire. Once the motor fires and idles on its own, that's it. We shut it down, we tear the motor back apart, and we prepare it for boost. That's the only thing that wasn't done on this block. I let one of the homies talk me out of doing it, and now I got to do it. You feel me? Got to be done. So because where we're trying to take this motor it'll blow up. Those rings, they're not gapped. They'll touch, boom. And it'll be like all bad. So, and when we do that, we're going to go force bottom in the whole nine, gang, to support the badass parts that I've installed in it. BTR Stage 3 Twin Turbo Cam Kit, Tech Racing timing chain, just a lot of goodies. We got a Tick Performance blueprinted oil pump in there. We got a lot of stuff. The heads have been done. There's 317 heads. We'll go with a different set of heads later. But the 317 heads that were milled down 20,000s. We got the high lift, I think a 700 lift spring, titanium spring, a whole lot of stuff has been put into it. I just want to hear it fire up to see if the work that I've done worked. You feel me? Then we shut it down. We tear it apart. We send the block out. We get it cleaned up. And then we start building the motor. But anyway, gang, so we're kind of bouncing back and forth. It's time to bring the SS to the front. You feel me? The SS, I've been cleaning it out, getting it nice and tight, getting it together so I can see what we're on. You already see I'm kind of mocking up that mount over in the corner. And you don't know what that is from my other videos. Let me go over here and show you. This one also has the mount, and you can't see it, but that's right where the computer is mounted, right there. That's where the Terminator X Max is mounted. But yeah, gang, enough about the Malibu. Well, we're kind of still on the Malibu. There'll be videos of the SS coming soon, gang. I just want to knock this one little project out, which is what the video is actually about. So I just want to give a, intro on that. And what we actually gonna be working on in this video, gang, is something that I had my man Young D from Just Up Looking Ugly make up for me. Now these are meant to go in that corner where the armrest is. So you got the window and then quarter glass, and then up underneath is an armrest. That's where those speakers are meant to go. You feel me? But because I have a whole kit, it's called a rear seat delete kit. Here it is right here. See what I mean? That's it right there. I'm not running the actual factory panels like how that looks. So I got to figure a way out to get this going. So we got to separate it. This is what it looks like all together. You feel me? I asked him to put some LED lights around, and he did. And you know your boy is strong like bull, very heavy-handed, and I ripped the wire out. It's actually on this side. So this one's still good. I gotta solder that wire back in on that one over there. So what I'm trying to do here, gang, is figure out how to get this mounted. This is what this looks like. See what I mean? And I want it like this. I want it like that. That's gonna be a cold look. So my thought is, first thing I'm gonna do is lay this out on the back side, and it'll sandwich and hold the speakers in. The way he has this, he has 4 screws here that hold it together, but I'm probably gonna add a screw here, a screw here, a screw here, and a screw right down here. Yeah, I got enough. See how he has them already. And I'm just gonna do the same. I'll just pre-drill them out, the whole 9. And we're gonna sandwich it in between. The back side of this will be all, dynamic. Sound damped and all that. We'll get that going, because I'm pretty sure when those start doing their thing, this is aluminum. So, but yeah, gang. So you can see I already started it. I'm gonna drill that little hole out, and basically this one is going to be like this. And then once I get that mounted, I'll trace out the holes, and then we're gonna make a trip up to Harbor Freight, and then we'll, cut this hole out. I'll probably cut it in like a T, and then I'll just cut sections out until I get it right where I want it. So I'm thinking that's gonna work. But the whole idea is to have it sandwiched in between this piece here. So let me get after it, and I'll bring you guys back in a minute. Yes, sir. All right, gang, we back in. So, see here, I've already drilled through. I got a smaller size drill bit because I wanted to also use this as a way of, securing it. So I just drilled out a really small pinhole, pilot hole, so that this could pierce through that and bite into this as well. So, all right, I'm probably gonna end up getting just a little bit longer screw, and then the other screws that we'll have, not that one, but the other screws that we'll have in there will help secure it. And all they do is screw into the back of this, you feel me? And that's gonna be the holes on the other side. But I really need extra meat holding this in because the speakers are heavy, you feel me? But yeah, so you can see I got this guy out, and all I'm gonna do is I got it tight to where this won't move. And all I'm gonna do is get this level, and then I'm going to take that and look at the bubble so I can roll this up and down. That's why I only put the 1 in. So I can roll this up and down until I get that level, and then we'll hold it right there, mark it, and I'll drill the other hole out. So let me get after that, and I'll bring you guys back in. Yes, sir. All right, gang, I got it level where I want it, and now I'm just gonna take that screw. I'm gonna hold this in place. Now that I got it right where I want it, I could put some tape, you feel me, to mark it, but I'm just gonna hold it, screw this in, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna pierce. It's gonna put a little indentation. Then I'll mark that indentation, get my drill, my marker, mark that so I know exactly where it needs to be, center punch it, and then go from there, and then we'll drill it out. And then I can hang this on the other side to see how it looks. So we got a lot of margin for error. If I don't like the way it looks, I can still move it here, move it there, up and down a little bit, and not expose the hole, you feel me? So if it's a mistake, but there it is. Let's get after it. I'll bring you guys back in a minute. All right, gang, we back in. So I dropped this piece in. Remember, nothing's really in where it needs to be. And I probably could have went this way just a little bit, but I was worried about, once all the pieces are, actually in place, if I had it too far this way, it would hit that. So, but I see I can move it over maybe about 1/4 of an inch, as long as I have enough room, meat on the side where you won't see the hole that's already been created. I'm also just a touch lower on this side. So what I'll end up doing is, if I keep it right here, I'll drill that one hole open just a little bit more, just like maybe 1/4 of an inch size hole. And then I can raise it up a little bit more and then lock it down. So yeah, that's gonna work out great. That's gonna work out real good. And once I get it sandwiched, then the other screws, I can just, self-tappers. I can just, make sure they're not long enough, too long, because you don't want to pierce through. But yeah, get back. And at the end of the video, I'll have the whole thing connected, the little LED lights going. But I think that's gonna look hot. Yeah, once it's all put together. Yeah, these are called, oh man, I can't remember what these are called. But what they do is they allow you to hold panels together, and then you use this, clicos is what they're called. And if you got to take a panel off, put a panel back on, take a panel off, and real quick, like, that's what those are. But I like how sinister that looks. I'm gonna do those in black, and yeah, that's gonna give it a Hellraiser kind of look. But yeah, I'm gonna do them down the center as well. But yeah, I'm liking that, gang. I think I'm gonna leave it right there. I wanted to move it over maybe 1/2 inch. But I think once the panels are actually set down in place and everything is, maneuvered where it needs to be, that'll look pretty good. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's something else, man. I want this thing to be tubbed, but I'm worried that the panels aren't gonna fit. I'm gonna have to see if I can kind of feel back behind there to see how much room I got. Because when you tub it, it's actually gonna bring it way over here. We'll see. But yeah, right now, we focusing on these panels. So I gotta get that one panel, the one for this side, fixed. I gotta get the wire soldered back on. And then we'll just kind of hook it up to a 12-volt source so you guys can see what the final look. Remember, we're gonna have twin nitrous bottles back here as well. So that's gonna be a hot look, I think. Yeah, all right, y'all, fading it out. All right, and we back in. All right, yeah. Nighttime, wrenching while you sleeping. All right, y'all, so we had to start thinking outside the box. I didn't want to just use the screws that would go through here and then that hold this panel to secure it to this panel. You feel me? Because the speakers are actually going to be mounted in here, and that's going to make it a little bit more heavier. So what I did is I added a couple of riv nuts in there. See what I mean? So I got some longer screws because once I put the speakers in, it's going to be a little bit taller. And I went ahead and notched out this area and that area. That way, once this sets in, boom, it just falls right into place. You feel me? Then once the screws are in, it's all secure, no gaps all the way around, and we good to go there. So now what I gotta do is I gotta start cutting out. First I'm gonna cut the circles out, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need to just cut this whole area out because when the grill and everything is in, all of this is, you see all of this. So I think I'm just gonna cut the whole thing out. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do to make it easier on myself. I'm gonna draw a straight line going straight across, and that'll pretty much be where this will be. And then if I need to start nipping any away, because I don't want to see any of this panel through this grill and everything, you feel me? But yeah, gang, so let me get after it, and I'll bring you guys back in a minute. Yes, sir. And we back in, gang. All right, y'all, so with projects like these, man, you don't want to rush. You want to trying to get everything set up, get your work area cleaned up. And I was rushing like I had to go to work or something, which is what I don't usually do. If I want to do projects like this, I'll wait till my off days, you feel me? Because you don't want to rush through this. So in my rushing, I didn't replace the drill bit, and I drilled this hole too big, and I went, oh shoot, this is where we're gonna have the riv nut. So what I do is I took this base, I put it on. This is an inside that's gonna actually hold the speaker. So I need this piece to be secure, like held on real good, not just by little wood screws. This could be held on by wood screws from the back. That's fine, so you don't see any holes, you feel me? But I need this to be nice and secure, because the two drivers are going to be in there and they're heavy. So what I did is I picked two of these small ones, and then I was just going to drill the hole through. You see what I mean? With this mounted on the other, with this mounted here, and then this mounted on the other side, I was going to slowly drill through. That's why I wish I had a drill press, because then I could set the depth. But I kind of measured it. I put a piece of tape around, like don't drill past that mark. And then I went through on this first one, and I was like, oh no, that's the one I'm supposed to use to open it. Yeah, so this was supposed to be the second one. This was the first one, which this is gonna sit down inside that hole. You see what I mean? That's gonna sit down inside this hole like this. That's gonna sit down inside that hole like that. And then on the base, I wanted it opened up so that I'd have wiggle room to find, so I'd have wiggle room around. So I wanted this to be opened up here on this side, but I drilled the wrong side bit with the wrong drill bit. So it happens. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and use this size. That fits in there nice, boom. And then I still got wiggle room for it to fit down in there. So I'll probably take a little Dremel and clean all up in here and just open it up just a little bit more so I can have some room to find, you know what I mean? But yeah, so let me get to it. We got it drilled out. I've also got my little setups here so I can get my the jigsaw down in there. So I'm gonna drill a hole here on the inside. Probably be better if I went right here, and then right on the edges. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, going on the edges here, and then I can get the drill, the jigsaw to cut nice and smooth, and then kind of come up a little bit here, and then go back down, and then boom, I'll be at the next hole, and then I can go up. See what I mean? So yeah, let me redo this and get these right here on the hole. So I'm gonna take a center punch it, and then get the drill bit and get to it. All right, y'all. All right, got the holes drilled up, got it clamped down, and I got the bit changed out, settings correct. We're gonna get it plugged up and then start cutting. I'll bring you back in. All right, gang, there we have it. It's not the prettiest. Still learning how to, get used to the tool. I was looking at something else and I almost cut into my damn hole. But this is just to mount it, you feel me? So it'll be all right. This is all the behind the scenes, not so pretty stuff, you feel me? So let me, I'm really liking this guy. I've been a Harbor Freight tool guy for years, man, over 20 years. I got some of their original stuff when it was like an army green color. Yeah, but these new tools, man, I mean, for the little do-it-yourself or weekend warrior, they something. They coming out with some nice stuff. And this was the middle of the roll, you feel me? And it's getting it done. So, but yeah, gang, let me get back to it. Now we're gonna mount. I just keep making mistakes in this area. We're gonna mount the once again, Harbor Freight. I got a couple of these, but yeah, we're gonna put that riv nut in there. That's this guy. So I'm gonna do the top one because I already got the bit set up for that. Then I gotta change this arbor out, I believe that's what this is called, and put in the correct one for that size. So that's this piece right here. All right, so we're gonna open that all the way up, and then we're gonna take this and we're gonna screw it on there. Now that's too big. We're gonna take this and we're gonna screw it on there once we get that all the way open, and then we'll go ahead and press it in that hole. All right, y'all, let's get it. All right, gang, so all I did was open this all the way up, And then I screwed the correct size one of these on there, onto the end there, and then I pinch it, and what it does is it draws in this side. So this is on the top, the piece that you're going through is here, and then it pulls this metal in and pinches it in between, and then you just back it out and we'll show you what we got. Some of them, as you just kind of just ratchet this and it'll unscrew it for you. And see, now you can screw in there. Seeing it pinched on this side, so we good. And that's why I needed this notched out a little bit, so that when we're on this side, this will sit down inside that hole. Oh yeah, see, that worked out great. Yeah, see, that worked out great. To give it some clearance, I'm probably gonna open it up just a little bit, but this was the side that I was supposed to put the bigger hole in. You feel me? So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put a piece of tape on here, mark how deep I wanna go. I think I got this depth done already. I think I did it with this one. And then we don't wanna go any further than that, because then we're gonna bust through, and we don't want that. I can't fix that. These little deals like this, I can fix that and hide it. If I bust through here, we're done. All right, so let me do that right quick. And then I have to change the arbor on this to fit the larger riv nut that's gonna go down in here. Well, that's not the right side, but we got the right size around here somewhere. But yeah, I gotta change it. This one won't fit on here. This is meant for the smaller one. So drilling this out, changing this out, pressing that in, and then we should be good to go. All right, fading it out. All right, gang, I grabbed my other one because the end was already set up. Yeah, these are pretty nice, man. I've been using these since like 2012, somewhere around there. And it's nothing new, you feel me? Once you figure out what it is, you'll see it all over the place, you feel me? You'll see them everywhere, like, oh, that's a riv nut. But yeah, her 79 has riv nuts in it, and that was back in 79, so. But yeah, I didn't have, I was gonna change that end out, but this one was already set, and they give you different sizes. This was the first one I bought off of Amazon like 8 years ago, and it's done me well. And you see how this one's longer, you get more leverage. This one's real nice because if you're in a tight spot, it still has a nice clamping force, but if you're in a tight spot, you can't get this, can't get it as wide as this. This one needs to be wide, but you might have a smaller area, but still have enough room to get that one in. Then I have another one from Vever, and I love their tools. I just hate the orange. And that one goes up to 12 millimeter, 12M, I think. And then it has a ratcheting, so once you press it, you just ratchet, and it backs that out. So we're gonna fit this down in that hole that I messed up. It's not too big though. You don't want to drill a super big hole. I like to make it where it's nice and snug, where it just fits in there, and then that gives me a nice press fit. So let me get after it. I'm gonna press it in there. As I pinch this, as I squeeze these, it'll pull and draw this up back inside, and then it creates a pinch in between the metal, and that's what holds it in. So let me get after it, and I'll bring it up. And there we have it, gang. See why I had to cut around it. But yeah, now, boom. I had to screw into it. But I'm not gonna be able to use the bottom one right away because I don't have one of these long enough, you feel me, to make it through all of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it set up, and we'll just use the top one. And that's why I was saying I needed to slow down. I was doing too much. Luckily I had, a bigger one to fit up in there. And then let me show you what it looks like on the other side. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen these before. It's nothing new, but some people, they haven't. So I'll show you. And all it does is it pinches it on this side, see? I use these for little small grounds and stuff like that. I'll clean the area all around it on both sides, pinch it up in there, and then on this side, I'll put a little tack around, tack, just to hold it. Usually the pinch is good, but if you got big ground cables on there, they might vibrate and try to flex it out of there. So, But yeah, there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up and see if it worked out. All right, y'all, fade it out. All right, gang, and there it is. Got it up in there. Let me come around the other side. Hopefully that's showing. Yeah, that's a clean look, and then we're gonna have twin nitrous bottles back there. So there it is, gang. Yep, I still need to do the Dynamat. This one has the kill mat on the back. It's like, you can hear it's solid. That one's a little rattly, but you know, none of this is in. It's kind of just mocked up to see what it looks like. But there it is, man. I'm thoroughly happy with that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that on the switch to turn it on, or I could have it on, I don't know, I guess I could have it on the, when you open the door. I don't know, I think I'm gonna just put it on the switch, man. That, these lights, and then we're gonna have some lights on the center console. But yeah, gang, there it is. Another boring video from your little homie, Warren G Body, but we got it done. We got it done. Thoroughly liking the way that looks. Hopefully that's showing. But yeah, there it is. All right, y'all. It's another one knocked out. We about to move on into something else, man. We're gonna get back here and finish up. There's a couple of connections I need to make. Where did I put it? Yeah, I got this all finished up. That came out nice. That's going to be the power running out to the panel that's inside the car. Yeah, so we got to cut a line, run it down, do the same thing we did here with the heat shrink and all that stuff, and run it into this side, and then we got the breaker. So it'll be like that. Just a lot of tedious back and forth game. But there it is. It's your little homie, Warren G Body. Up in the, man, it's all dirty again, Rock Shop. With another edition of RocshopChronicles, repping 80s, and most definitely keeping the Chevy.